The day Zippy the squirrel ran out of zip. Have you ever felt so tired that you just couldn't think straight? Have you ever felt like you were too busy to stop and rest? In a busy, bustling forest lived a tiny squirrel named Zippy. As his name suggested, Zippy was always on the go. He would be the first one to wake up with the sun and the last one to curl into his nest after it had gone down. He raced his friends to the top of the tallest oak tree, gathered nuts from sunup to sundown, and chattered to every animal he met. "I'm too busy to rest," he would chirp. "There's so much to do and so many adventures to have." All the other animals knew Zippy. The bunnies would be taking their afternoon nap, and Zippy would zip past them so fast they would feel a tiny gust of wind. The sleepy bears would be preparing for their long winter hibernation, and Zippy would be chattering about all the nuts he was finding. He thought that rest was for lazy animals, and he was so proud of how fast and busy he was. He was certain that the fastest squirrel was the best squirrel, and the busiest squirrel was the happiest squirrel. But after many, many days of no rest, Zippy's zip started to run out. It wasn't just a little tired. It felt like a heavy, invisible blanket was being draped over his tiny body. He began to feel foggy and slow. His paws felt heavy, as if they were made of lead, and his little tail, which was always so perky, now drooped down behind him. He would try to leap from one branch to another and miss, landing with a clumsy thud. He would try to bury a tasty acorn but forget where he put it just moments later. His normally sharp eyes became so blurry that he couldn't even tell the difference between a sweet, tasty acorn and a plain old, hard pebble. He felt a deep, frustrating sadness that he couldn't explain. "Oh dear," he mumbled to his friend, a wise old badger named Barney. "I don't know what's wrong with me. I've lost my zip. I try to go fast, but I can't. I try to be clever, but my brain feels like it's full of fluff." Barney looked at Zippy's tired, drooping eyes with a kind and understanding expression. "You haven't lost your zip, little one," he said gently, his voice like a soft rustle of leaves. "You've just run out of fuel. Your body is like a little car that has been driving for days without ever stopping. It needs to stop and refuel. The best fuel for a body is not food, but rest." Zippy shook his head, his tail giving a weak twitch. "Rest? But I'll miss everything. I'll miss the sunrises and the new leaves and the first frost. The world is too exciting to just close my eyes and do nothing." Barney smiled a slow, knowing smile. "You think you're missing everything by resting, but I'll tell you a secret. You're missing more when you are tired. When you're sleepy, your eyes can't see all the vibrant colors, your ears can't hear all the small, happy sounds, and your brain can't think of fun, new games to play. When you rest, you give your brain a chance to clean up all the thoughts and adventures from the day, like a librarian putting books back on their shelves. You give your muscles a chance to get strong and ready for new adventures. You give your body a chance to get ready for a new, exciting day." Zippy felt confused. He had always thought sleep was just about closing your eyes. He hadn't known it was so important. That night, Zippy decided to try. For the very first time in a very long time, he went to bed when the sun went down. He curled up in his cozy nest, and instead of worrying about what he was missing, he listened to the gentle sounds of the forest settling down for the night. He heard the quiet hoot of a night owl, the soft rustle of leaves, and the gentle chirping of crickets. He felt the cool night air gently settle on his fur. And then he slept a long, deep, and peaceful sleep. He didn't just sleep. He dreamed. He dreamed of all the adventures he would have tomorrow. He dreamed of new trees to climb and new friends to meet. His little squirrel brain was busy organizing everything, getting it ready for the morning. When Zippy woke up, the sun was shining brightly, and he stretched his arms and yawned a big, happy yawn. His paws felt light, his tail was perky, and his eyes were sharp and clear. He was no longer Zippy the tired squirrel. He was Zippy the full-of-energy squirrel. He bounded out of his nest, feeling better than he had in a very long time. He raced his friend, the bunny, and won. He gathered nuts with new speed and precision. He saw a tiny, rare mushroom he had never noticed before, and he chattered with new friends, full of new ideas and a big, happy smile. Zippy had finally learned that you don't need to be fast and busy all the time. Sometimes the most important thing you can do for yourself is to stop, rest, and get ready for a brand new day of amazing adventures. And that's the end of this adventure, but a new one is always just around the corner.